This segment is sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, welcome back everyone to Southern Woods.
And water. Well, there's water involved in the summertime.
Somewhere. Hey, I want to tell you something. Thank you so much to Nathan Wilson for coming on here and explaining some of that, because I'm going to tell you something. That is a big headache. People don't realize. How do you like getting a call from your taxidermist going, well, dude, how you feel about a European mount?
Yeah. Or
buying
a new cape, you know. We're going to need to get you another cape for that.
Yeah. And it's going to cost you an extra $75 to do it.
That's
so,
right.
You know, but Levi, I want to get Levi. Levi on here. Levi, you just got back from Wyoming.
Right.
And you know, we prayed for you the entire time you were gone.
I was Coker all week, so
you had Andy Coker with you, and Lord God, that added some degree of difficulty.
Oh yeah.
So you know, but you had a great time.
I had a blast. Wish I was still out there right now.
Now y'all were going after speed goats, which is antelope to most people, but pronghorn antelope. Now you killed one that was
75 inches. He is a nice one.
Doesn't that get to go in the record
What's the
book?
Pope and Young number on that?
I think it's 65 or 67.
So you're in there.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Yeah. Is Andy?
Yeah, Coker killed one 70 inches or 71.
I figured he had to pay his way.
Yeah.
So.
His was smaller than Levi's.
It was smaller than Levi's.
We had to tie his up at the end of the week right there.
That's what y'all get for shooting them out of the back end of a truck now. but no, y'all did it right. You did it right. Y'all hunted water, I understood, because it was hot, extremely warm out there.
Blistering hot.
But you had to deal with high winds, and so what I'm trying to say is people need to get prepared. They need to know what the conditions are for where they're going. A lot of people don't realize that. And I know you guys see it all the time when they bring it in, finally bring it in. They had to shoot it 6 times, but whatever. Because I know in Colorado the air is thinner, above 10,000 feet, it gets really thin. Your arrows are going to shoot higher than normal because it has less to keep it down, so it tends to fly off. And people don't take that into consideration. They don't take it into consideration about their rifle. The rifle shot does the same thing as the arrow. It's going to shoot high. So you need to practice once you get out there anyway. But what did y'all do to prepare yourselves for the high winds and stuff like that?
I mean, as soon as we got out there first, and we shot our bows. And another thing, I'd buy a very nice case, because in the airport right there, they daggum butcher them, just throw them around, whatever.
They got those gorillas out there like Samsonite commercials and throwing them around.
Then we pulled up right there, and we got to the check-in place, and they're like, "Here's your bow case," and threw it out right there. I was like, okay. But luckily, we was out there, and my bow shot fine. I didn't have to do much adjusting to it at all, so but get out there, shoot, because God knows you don't want to get out there and shoot high, low, miss. You
don't want to miss,
because you spend a lot of money going out there.
It's a long way to go to miss one, isn't it?
It's a long way to go to miss one.
And you might not get another chance at one either.
Is that a Bubbaism?
No, that's a
Brandyism.
We'll have to write that down.
Levi, now Wilson Taxidermy does all kinds of work, and y'all do exotics. I know you do. Do you do gators?
We have before.
Yeah, y'all done gators. But bear is something that's in Tennessee that a lot of people hunt for. Will you do bear?
Yep.
I know coyotes, all kinds of predators, coyotes.
Let's put up a fox picture today that was just beautiful.
Well, Nathan and I know of something else that's coming. We're not letting anybody in on it. It's coming, and it's going to be awesome.
Top secret.
It's top secret. I mean, I could tell you, but then I'd have to hunt all of you down and take care of you. But it's what I'm trying to say is your taxidermy shop, y'all do everything. If it's a huntable animal,
we can do it.
You can do it. A lot of people are going to the predator hunting again. So bobcats, I saw one of your bobcats that you just released this week. By the way, you released a picture of it on Facebook. My hat's off to you. There's not many people I think that can actually do a bobcat. One eye looks this way, one eye's over this way, or, you know, it's messed up. you guys do a great job.
Thank you.
And I can usually tell by a taxidermist, just look at a bobcat or a coyote.
Yeah.
They mess them up.
The bobcat will tell on you quick.
The bobcat will tell on you whether
so
or not
many
you're good.
people don't have a bobcat, and I, me not doing it, I don't know what makes them harder, but it just doesn't seem like a lot of them look live.
I think they look at their house cat when they get home. Make a little jump in here.
that one that they had at the well, you saw it at the turkey banquet this year.
Yes.
They had a bobcat. Man, it just looked like it could reach out there and grab you.
It did.
And just the little details like that.
Do y'all do feathered, like turkeys?
Yes.
Ducks, quail, pheasants,
Yeah,
stuff
we do
like
them
that?
all.
Do them all.
Mm-hmm.
That's so it's a one-stop shop, and y'all do it all year long too, Levi.
Yep.
Where are you located?
Well, what was it, exit 311?
Yeah, just exit 311, just off I-40, near Crossville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Just right off the interstate.
Sounds good. Well, we got a caller. Who we got? Taylor. Taylor, how can we help you? Hey, Taylor, how you doing, brother?
Pretty good. I was wondering, why don't they let the kids go out before the bow hunters let Disney even hunt?
Well, I haven't had that question put to me before.
No, me neither.
Well, now, Taylor, the only problem I see is that a bow is just as lethal as a gun. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to have youngsters bow hunting first, they still need to have an adult with them, I would believe. And Taylor, something else I was thinking of is archery's a close-in sport. 20 yards or less kind of is the main frame. And if there's two of you in the blind or two of you in the tree stand, you're more apt to get busted by that animal, especially deer. So I can see some pros and cons. I see where your point is. But let me tell you something, Tyler. I want to talk to you, brother. You already get the gun season. You get the gun hunt. And most of you little rascals kill the big ones before us adults ever get in there. So don't give it to me like that, Tyler.
Well, you can
I
still
know Tyler,
go.
y'all. I can do Tyler that way.
You can still go during the youth can still go during bow season. Get them a crossbow and get them out there. If they're big enough to draw back a compound, they can still go. But
Tyler's big enough.
I think they probably there's probably a decimation worry there too about having rifles up there shooting them bucks when they're battered up, stuff like that.
But I tell you what, Tyler, we're not going to take your mom and daddy and your brother with us next time because they're subject to get arrested like they did last year, okay?
Okay.
Tyler, thank you so much, brother. A fine young man right there that is eat up with hunting, and he's doing the archery in the school program.
Yeah.
He got third in the state.
Awesome.
So great job for him. And so really, really proud of Tyler and his entire family. I mean, his mom and dad are behind him 100%. So
that's fantastic.
And we're not kidding. Tyler and I went hunting. We came back to the cabin, and here's his mom and dad and brother had their hands on the rail, and there's the sheriffs out there, and I'm thinking, they got handcuffs. I said, Tyler, don't even act like you know them. We're just going to pass them around. But we're great folks there, and we appreciate that and appreciate the call. But he might have a little point there, but it is legal.
Yeah,
they can go
like
hunting.
I say, they can still go hunting. I would suggest like I say, I'm looking for one for Emory right now. But just get them a little crossbow and teach them how to shoot that, unless you think they can handle a compound bow. But by all means, if they're 6 years of age or older, they're welcome to go with you if you're willing to give up your hunt and sit with them.
Well, I think that Tyler's right. Youngsters seem to have the fortitude to practice more than adults do.
Yeah.
And we as adults need to practice more.
Right.
I'm here to tell you.
Devin, he's been shooting, every day.
Every day.
But did you see yesterday he shot a Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Shooting his bow, his second one now. He's, 12, I think, 13, something like that. I mean, you're right. They get out there and they shoot and practice. We really ought to do more of it.
But do you remember the day that when we were doing archery, when we called the Robin Hood?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and then
it's
do
happened
it.
to Tyler too.
And then Brandon and all those guys would be, y'all were youngsters then.
Yeah.
Y'all were going,
I was about his age. Yeah. I was about his age when we got started in that business.
We did pretty good. Back to Bobby Cosrin called one time. I called one time.
Yeah.
There was a few others. Daryl Alexander called one time.
You could see a lot better back then. I could too.
Moving right along.
That's right.
I hope Tom Courtney's ready for a recipe.
Yeah. Don't be eating it tonight now before he gets it out here.
Scoop it right over this deer. but Nathan, now you guys don't stop. You'll take every animal that I know of. Wild hogs. I saw some of those wild hogs y'all did. Those were awesome looking. By the way, they looked like they could growl at you right then and there. I mean, they were ready to go. How long have y'all been doing this? Since 1969?
1969 is when my dad started. It was in 1969. So we've about 49 years now, 40.
But now he's still active. He's still doing it.
Yeah, he's there every day. He works every day. He takes care of all the turkeys and the waterfowl, and he takes care of all the fish. And he deals with a lot of clients and stuff like that. So he's there. Him and Mom are both there every day.
I got one question before we go to our tip of the week. What's the hardest thing to mount?
The hardest thing I've ever mounted,
Yeah.
or the hardest thing to mount?
Hardest thing to mount first.
Warthog.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's the long hair and stuff?
Just dealing with the skin. There's a ton of excess skin on those things, and getting all that back to proportion and everything. So I don't like the warthogs.
I bet that's tough.
I bet that is tough.
But I did mount a life-size mule.
What?
I did mount a life-size mule.
Was that hard for you?
Wasn't too bad.
I tell you what, that is awesome. Hey, we got to do our tip of the week.
This week's tip of the week is being brought to you by Davidson Farmers Co-op. Go down there and give them a shout. They've actually got a lot of different sales going on right now. As a matter of fact, I was in there today, and I think Andy Coker might have bought them out of herbicide this week, but they'll try to get some more in as soon as they can. But get down there and give them
I've never heard of 25 gallons putting on a quarter extra food plot.
They're just right there at Dickerson Road, just right off Bradley Parkway. You can do that, or give them a call at 860-4774.
That's right. And tell Miss Laura or Miss Carla, either one, that you saw it right here on Southern Woods and Waters. We appreciate it. Who's doing our tip?
Well, I tried to get one of these guys.
They weren't gonna do it?
No tip.
But I got a little tip tonight. But I'll share. I got one from a good friend of mine named Steve Brannon, and we do a pretty good bit of hunting together, as much as we can anyhow. But you know, right now everybody's using their thermocells to keep the mosquitoes off of them, and I'm doing the same thing. You know, they're worth their weight in gold right now. But in the later on during the rut, you know, they're usually put away at the house. Well, take your spent thermocell, your spent cartridges, and save them, and soak that cartridge in like dough and estrus. Put it back in your thermocell and turn it on, and set it down, and that thermocell will heat up and actually kind of fume that dough and estrus and put it out.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty dirty good.
So keep that in mind when the rut comes around this year.
That was worth watching this entire show for right there.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Yeah.
That was worth the entire show, ladies and gentlemen, just to get that. But I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using it now, so I'll have some spent
Good
ones.
little trick. Yeah, use them up right now as much as you can.
Use them up now.
So,
heck yeah. Heck yeah. Hey, right before we go to break, I will say one thing. Brandon and I have made a commitment. We are standing during the national anthem.
That's right.
And we kneel before the cross.
Amen.
That's the only time we're going to kneel. Either that or proposing. And
I've already done that.
He's already done that. We ain't done that. But we kneel at the cross and we stand for the anthem on Southern Woods and Waters.
Amen to that.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Tom Courtney is in the house. Oh my goodness. Are we going Italiano tonight? No, we're going Creole. I've already heard. You already told me.
It smells good.
So we'll be right back with more.